Yeah, nah, that entrance maybe got a bit out of hand, eh?
He's the master of mayhem, the salvation of Salvo.
Someone's clearly compensating. It's a big boat, though.
The ambassador of boo. Please welcome you.
G'day, Kings Canyon! You lot ready for the biggest party in the outlet?
Walter Fitzroy.
Oh, Maggie!
Legends, bring me this traitor's other arm or say bye-bye to your precious games.
Oh, come on, Maggie. These people came to see a show.
Then let's give them a shot.
No. Shut it the hell down. Give it here.
Well played, Wally. But you know, every show needs a big finish.
Hold on tight, mate. This is gonna be a blast. So that's how it all went down. Literally. Just one thing left to do, eh? Time to bring the fun. Time to... Time to bring the pain.
That's because I'm on mute, and it was a really good introduction. Let me tell you, it sounded very professional, highly rated. I'm Corbeck here with Llama, joining you today for this exciting Apex Legends kill race on this March 13th, 2021. And Llama, you are a little bit more in the loop than me about Apex Legends. So what are we looking at today? What are we looking forward to?
Well, we're definitely looking for some fun, amazing games from all of our top-tier players here at CGL. Obviously, some new comp changes, some different stuff. Caustic getting a huge nerf, some new guns, some new legends. We'll have to see what people are running, but Caustic might be out of it here, and we'll see if people are running. How are you feeling about today?
It'll be interesting to see some Apex played. It's been a while since I've kind of dived into the game, so a lot of changes have come down the pipe. Of course, the one that does, stand out in the immediate, right, is that Caustic change. His gas going down to the just consistent 5 ticks, right, instead of ticking up. And then the Nox gas grenade being nerfed a little bit as well, right? I think they added a minute to its cooldown time, so making it a little bit less constantly useful in most fights. It is kind of ironic, right? A lot of that they nerfed him right after they introduced the special Caustic area, and then they're like, by the way, we're just gonna take that and we're gonna pull that right back. You don't need this. But I mean, it's interesting, right? Apex continues to evolve, it continues to grow, and it continues to have legs. So it's always cool to dip a toe back into the scene and see what's going on. I do feel a little bit bad for Fuse, the new hero. I feel like he kind of struggles, right, to fit in with the way things are going. But Casera, right?
Yeah, I mean, Fuse, like you said, he's maybe not the best. He's pretty cool. He can stack grenades like Season 1 and whatever, and he's got a pretty interesting Ring of Fire that is one of the most useful ultimates inside a building or something, but he's very situational. I don't know if we'll see him today. He kind of came in underwhelming, so we'll see if anybody actually uses him. But we do also have a new weapon, the 30-30 repeater, a heavy kind of like G7-ish type weapon, and we also have the Spitfire, which got buffed to 19 damage per bullet, so very overpowered for today. So probably
yeah,
see
you
a lot of
mentioned
people
that.
run.
You mentioned that when we were waiting in the beginning. It was going to be kind of a chonky gun, right? That people are going to be using a lot. 19 damage per bullet that is a lot of damage. So I don't want to be on the receiving end of that one, especially when it's attached to the magazine of a Spitfire. So very unfortunate. Won't call it a clip because clips are what civvies use in their hair. So yeah, the magazine of the Spitfire does make it a bit nasty. And of course, I think you were mentioning too that today's Killrace will be played in the new sort of event, right? And what does that involve exactly?
Yeah, so it's going to have, I believe it's called Ring Flare or something like that. Basically, new rings are going to spawn inside of the current ring. So it's going to force them to either make decisions, and that also, and there's a new item called the Heat Shield that will block ring damage and increase healing speed. So if you're getting through one of those ring flares that is in the middle, that is going through a path you need to go to get to another team, can increase your healing, can get you there without taking ring damage. So it's pretty interesting. But we will see with the new ring flares, the new interesting Kings Canyon map, what people are going to do with how they're going to deal with them.
Yeah, it certainly does add a level of tactical diversity and probably makes you kind of hard think a little bit more, right, about your engages and your pathing and the ways that you want to move around the map. You did mention, of course, there have been changes to Kings Canyon, kind of the perennial map change, as it were, and I think we're probably getting close to getting ready to get started here. We do have some teams on the 4 views that we can start following. I assume they're close to starting, or if they should have started already, right? I don't want to miss my time checking. I was gonna say my watch, but it's actually my phone. But yeah, here you go on the 4-up. You've got Pineapple Gang, Ito Spirit, FR1, Fission Esports, and Sanook all clocking in and all loading at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. But hey, it happens. That's the internet.
Yeah, and Grimson had to pick one of the hardest names for us to say. Obviously, Ito Spirit, FR1.
Yeah,
easy.
I actually wrote it. I wrote it down as Idle Spirit when he said it in the chat. I didn't realize it was Ido until just now. No idea what that means, but hey, if it makes them feel happy, I'll be here for it. But yeah, unfortunately, the 4-up looking a little bit worse for wear there for a second, but we'll load back in. This is just the technical difficulties in which we are forced, Llama, due to the internet. My God, that's a lot of mature content. Children, avert your eyes. Classic too as well. Hello, if you're seeing this and you're not already on twitch.tv, click here to get the best Twitch experience. God, what is with that anyway, Lau? That is just a recent, really annoying thing that has cropped up, and I absolutely hate it.
It really
but
is.
anyway, it's so dumb. I don't understand.
I don't know. And like we said, everyone has issues. We have some internet issues, I believe. So some other Twitch just doesn't want to comply today as we're getting in. And actually, it looks like we should be good.
Looks
so
like everybody's good now.
Yeah. And
thankfully,
looks like
we're not NORAD, so we're allowed to have tech issues. Oh, unfortunately, an early kind of knock there on the top right-hand side of the screen. Speaking of technical issues, squad eliminated, but third place overall, 12 team kills in the box there for Ito Spirit. So nothing I would say, Llama, to scoff at, really.
Yeah, not really. And as we look at comps here, a lot of the teams are running Octane. A very interesting choice with his new buff that gives him 1 health per second. But Horizon, Pathfinder, Octane in the top left. We got Octane, Pathfinder, Bangalore in the bottom left. Bangalore, Octane, Horizon in the bottom right. We also had an Octane in the top right. So interesting. With his pad, he's super aggressive. So it's an obvious choice for these teams with his new buff. So we'll see if they run it throughout the day, if it does work for them. And looks like Fission in the bottom left is getting into a fight, and Octane is going down at the moment.
You should have said Octane. You said Octane one too many times. You cursed him. Pineapple Gang there with a good engage coming off of that ult, and that was clever. Good little jump right there, straight into the action with that Spitfire. Of course, as you did say, the upgraded bullet damage makes it a beast to contend with at most ranges, right? And you saw that, I think, perfectly illustrated right there as well. The grenade will just go sailing over the head. More than enough, kind of just duck down, back up, try and re-engage there. Probably wants to re-up the shield, and once more, the jump pad coming out there, and ooh, clicked in mid-air. Oops.
Yeah, so Horizon going down, and then Fission in the bottom left is actually they're gonna get full squad wipe with only, it looks like, I think it's 1 kill there.
Yeah, it was
So
1 kill.
not the greatest start for them. In 18th place, it is a fast finish, but it is not a great one. And we see Pineapple Gang is struggling in the top left. The gold knockdown shield getting bled out by the enemy team because they know they don't want that person to revive. And Ido in the top right getting back into their game. So
Yeah, and then of course Fission and Pineapple Gang are 2 of our sort of more regular squads that play in our CGL tournaments. So I mean, we expect great things from them, right? We expect them to do quite well. It's a bit of a admittedly a bit of a rough start here for them, but I mean, of course it does happen sometimes, right? And you'll see Dazzo now putting in some work with a Spitfire of their own, taking some pretty chonky damage there, but not enough to really do too much to deter them.
yeah,
Comes
the
over the
Octane
top
jump
and immediately
pad
goes in.
Yeah, the 3 times on the Spitfire. He's got a Kraber. Oof. Kraber Spitfire, a pretty interesting combo. And Ido jumping back in. We got
There you
Canuck,
go.
I believe, in the bottom right still going on. And yeah, like you said, Fission and Pineapple Gang are some of the previous winners that come back almost every kill race. They usually do pretty well. So they are 2 of the teams to watch. And I believe that's a first place finish by Pineapple Gang there. And yes, it is first place with 25 kills, so a huge start from them.
Yeah, that's a monster game actually to drop here right out the gate with. That took them all of like about what 12, 13 minutes to walk that one in with 25 kills in a first place. Oh my lord. That stacks. Let's just put it at that. That's a lot of points. For those of you who are unfamiliar just with the format, I will say we are doing a kill race today. Kill race, essentially, we play for, what is it, 2 hours, Llama? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
And then they have until the end of that 2 hours to basically play as many games as they can, and then points are assigned based on kills, damage, and placement in the round. So a 25 kill game in a first place is a goodly amount of points to start things off here for Pineapple Gang, and probably will quite likely, Llama, put them in a kind of leading position.
Yeah, usually they're the team to chase, and they're starting off the tournament just like that, how they want it to. And in the bottom right, if you were wondering what that was the first sight of the heat shield, blocking that ring damage, letting them heal a little bit faster. As they killed a team in the ring, they got to heal, they got to loot, all protected from ring damage. So very well done from Canuck, and very well done from Pineapple Gang, like you were saying. They are the team to always be in first, and we expect nothing less from them. So a very good first game. We'll see if they can continue it throughout the day here.
Is it Canuck or is it Seanook? I don't know. I
don't know.
If they're in the chat, I'm sure they'll quickly tell us if we're saying it wrong, as is their want and privilege. But yeah, we'll go with Canuck for now. I like Canuck.
Keep nerfing or trying. And that's why I think Horizon has gotten more of a showing here.
Here I was thinking it was the accent, to be honest. They just can't stay away. They can't stay away. Actually, now, it's mentioning pubs and whatnot. It's a good opportunity here for us to mention that we are currently in the midst of a scrim season, just starting out here in the CGL Apex Legends. So if that's something you're interested in, do swing by our Discord and check that out. We'll be more than happy to see some more people, I think, joining in on that. And those scrim seasons are going to be kind of a regular feature of our Apex lineup in the near future, which is good.
Yeah, it's a really, really good opportunity to get some experience if you're trying to maybe go pro, maybe get a little bit better, maybe earn some money on the side while doing it. So it's a very good way to practice, and you should join the CGL Discord if you want to participate.
Yeah, you definitely should. Sorry, we're trying to get it so we can see the screen just a little bit better here. And I passed a multi Twitch link and I opened it up and it was there was a lot going on. Let's just put it at that. That was quite an auditory assault right there. Just kind of got flashbanged by my own computer screen. That's all right. There's a moment there where I really had to just figure out what was happening. But anyway, we're back on here. We're in the action as well. Pineapple Gang moving rapidly into an engagement here in our top left corner. The teams have not switched for us, and I don't think they've switched for you either. So everything should be pretty standard. Lars gets the shield knock, keeps fighting, will eventually drop there. 8 squads left in that match, so gonna rely on the teammates to come forward here and clean this one up essentially. But you see that Octane already pushing in the option to go for the finish, and I think that was a third party there as well. Llama, you saw I believe it was a Caustic, or I'm not sure who that was, just trying to pop the other guy as he came running in. So a little unfortunate right there. The shield getting absolutely wrecked, and unfortunately Lars is sent out of the equation.
Yeah, and third parties are a big issue on Kings Canyon. They can come from anywhere because you can hear basically everything across the map. So everyone is pushing everything, and yeah, we saw the new Octane there being super aggressive, which is what I like to see. But the down going down is not.
Yeah, that was, to be fair, that was quite funny. He just came running in, and the whoever it was just turned around and absolutely blasted. But a great kill right there on the feed. They will knock the other Octane as he tries to escape via the jump pad, and not today.
Not today,
is quite firmly said. And, admittedly, 5 squads left on 2 of our screens here as well, top right corner and bottom left corner. So a lot of these games kind of coming forward towards their inevitable conclusion. Ido Spirit trying to win out there. The boxing gloves out and ready to go. All purple shields on Evos as well. We'll see what they can make out of that. And on the bottom left-hand corner, things not going quite as well for Vision Esports, and they will unfortunately lose out there.
Yeah, and I mean, this is kind of unlike them, having a first couple bad games, but I think they can bounce back. They're not doing too well for the first couple. Got 5th place is not great, and 3 kills is not great, so they're gonna have to try and catch up. And obviously, Pineapple Gang just leading the way, even with a member down, just continuing to just slay out here.
Oh, bottom right-hand corner, Canuck right there. You saw a beautiful kill from the Bangalore. Just sailed in off the jump pad with the Mastiff. Started firing right away. Looks like we're going to be swapping over some other stuff here on the production end, but it shouldn't cause too many problems. We'll be sticking with it. There we go. Oh, and into the ring here on the top right-hand corner. That's a little bit of a dangerous situation there for Ido Spirit. But Ido Spirit, yeah, they'll make it out. They'll reload. The R99 getting loaded there, and the Spitfire here as well. So a couple of good, strong firearms to be used. Oh, there we go.
Sorry. Yeah, so
we're good now.
Yeah, technical difficulties, of course, always happen.
Would it be any sort of stream without it? Let me tell you what. So no. It's all good. And you see here in the top left-hand corner, Horizon just taking the long way home here through the edge of the ring. Get back in the ring. It's telling you what to do. There we go. really took the scenic route, but that's okay. They've got the med kits to cover up for it. It's totally fine. But in the top right corner here, Ido Spirit, they also have to duck back out into the ring there. They also got the receiving end of a Bangalore airstrike too. So a little bit of an unpleasant situation for them. But currently sitting on 10 kills right there is Slayer. So more than enough to make up for any sort of rough situation. The zipline coming out here, those health bars falling painfully low, Llama, as they try and get this rotate in. They should make this, you think?
Yeah, they're running right into a ring flare though too, so we'll have to see if they maybe use a heat shield.
There you go.
Yeah, and that they might. So, yep, the heat shield popped, and they'll pop their meds just a little bit faster. Like I said, 10 kills, pretty insane. Ido being a challenger here in the tournament, looking good to start, trying to catch Fission Esports and Pineapple Gang, who had that amazing first game of 25 kills. So they get back to the ring here. 3 squads left. We'll see if they can get this win here with the boxing gloves out. Looking for this next team, just looking to take this win super fast, because we know any wasted time that you're wasting could be time that another team is getting to take a kill.
And you saw those shots coming out from Slayer right there, like an absolute laser with the Spitfire. Actually, engagements on both of our top screens here, because Lars is firing some shots in as well. Is forced to back up there with the R99, just going to retreat all the way back to his teammates. I think just trying to get a little bit of an advantageous position. The Octane comes sailing over, a sonar thrown in as well. That Horizon lift pad sending him up into the air. And actually, Lars is just going to hard commit here, follow in, go for the shots on the Bangalore. Gets plenty of damage, can't quite get the knock though. The 2020 coming out at the end to try and get the finish. I don't know if he managed to knock him down. The sonar comes in, and unfortunately, they cannot survive up there on top of that rock pillar. And that is a bit of a heartbreaking loss there for Pineapple Gang.
Yeah, you hate to see it. I mean, still 18 kills, so not a terrible game. Would have liked to see that finish there. They did have a couple people go down a little bit early. And as we focus on the top right, Ado, 11 kills now on the Pathfinder who we're watching. 2 squads left. If they could get this win, it would give them a huge boost to put them higher up on the leaderboard.
Sure would, and they are on the hunt now, right? They're feeling it, no doubt, on the back of an 11 kill game, and you can't really blame them. I think 2,651 damage there in the pocket as well for the Pathfinder, so a mighty map here for Slayer, as they will cross great distances, not that great a distance actually, but get on the rotate here around the final ring. Looking, I think, kind of just for the opening. You know, when you get in these 2v2, these 2 squad situations, you know, it does become a bit of a strategic nightmare in terms of just waiting and watching and trying to pick, right, the right moment for you to be the engager. You don't want to move into the ring too early, unless, of course, you secure high ground right away, which it looks like their opponents have actually tried to do. Unfortunately, Slayer here kind of having to go on this, you know, run down the top of the roof, a World War-esque charge straight into enemy fire. Looking for the opening.
Got a Spitfire, though.
He does. He's got the damage, and they've got the caustic gas.
Oh.
They got the bear strike on the other side, though, so it's kind of a one-upmanship deal at the moment. They'll throw out the thermite there as well. Basically, the enemy team doing whatever they possibly can to slow him down. They didn't account for the jump pad, though. Beautiful double jump nearly goes off the back end. Drops in, goes for the kills. Ring Flare coming up here as well. Doesn't even need it.
There it is. Wow. Beautifully done. What an airstrike. What a push with the octane pad right over all of the caustic gas just to finish them out. We'll have to see how many kills they get here, but what an insane game here for Ado.
Yeah, that was a really clean engage on their part as well. 23 kills in first place, so dropping a mighty game right there. Damage numbers a little bit off, though. You see 1,000, 2,700, and then 611 on the Bangalore. So that, you know, and that's not to knock the Bangalore at all, right? I mean, they played that really well at the end. It's more just that will hurt them in the final tallying when all is said and done, because damage does count for points.
Yeah, I mean, you can't always help it. I mean, the Pathfinder kind of had a Spitfire, so we don't know if maybe the Bangalore just didn't get a shot. Maybe it was going down super early in the fights. Or they could have been, like, pushing fights with people that were already wounded. But like you said, points, damage does count for points at the end. So more damage always helps. So they did get a decent amount, but the 600 they might get edged out for it at the end.
The more you kill, the faster you kill, the better it is. The old motto here at CGL: kill fast. I'll add that to our corporate. I gotta run that past corporate. We'll see what they think about that. I feel like billing ourselves with kill fast might be wrong kind of company for that sort of slogan.
We're not a hitman company, we promise.
We're not a hitman company, high explosives ordnance company either. You see Lars there taking the jump pad up in. I shouldn't call it a jump pad. It's just so easy to fall into that nomenclature right there. And Lars continuing to hunt this particular prey, and you do feel a little bit bad for him right there. Trying to get out the back door and ran straight to more gunfire. So kill leader as well, early secure the kill leader with 3 kills. in that match that's just getting started. So off to a cracking good start. And of course, down here in the bottom right corner, Canuck building up, I think, towards their inevitable conclusion of their match. 6 squads left in their game, so hopefully we'll be seeing a pretty good position from there as well. And actually, as I say that, they run right into an enemy, knock them as they're running through the doors. Again, we see yet another Octane kind of failing to clear their corners and paying for it with their life.
Yeah, and it looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties again with Twitch.
Hello.
The top 2 and the bottom left all getting error messages, so not the best right now. Twitch really just wants to stop us from having this tournament here today.
Oh, you're coming to the future for me, because yeah, they all just shut down, dude. To me that looked like you did that. You're in the mainframe, bruh.
Let's go.
You're like that guy at the end of the Matrix. You just saw all the screens. Hello. If you're seeing this and you're not already on Twitch.tv, click here to get the best Twitch experience. Anyway,
well, I'm definitely
sick of
clicking
seeing. If you see this and you're already on, please no, go away. Anyway, 5.
Go away.
We do 1 screen left, and it is a good screen because it's a 5 killer here. So I mean, it's a good match to be watching. And I'll try and reset here in just a second so we can see everything. But let's just take a look down here with these 5 squads left. Comes pushing in over the top, already starts the shots there. The 301 coming in bigly. Got the Mastiff as well. Of course, a combo that we've seen, people generally tend to like, and I do believe that we've seen them pull off some rather impressive plays with this particular setup before. How do you feel about the Mastiff these days?
So the Mastiff got a little bit of a nerf, the previous patch notes, so now its damage per pellet goes from 13 to now 11. So a lot of people have been running Eva instead, but if you're doing like dome pushing, or a lot of people just like that big juicy like 80 or 90 Mastiff hit that you wouldn't get with an Eva, I still think it's very, very viable, and it's a very good close range weapon if you need something.
Well, AD there just kind of running down the outside edge of the ring, did take some damage. It wasn't enough really to seal the deal. Looks like they're definitely pushed up on this other team. Just look at those shots. Land comes in with the Mastiff as well, just trying to get the finish. Overextends slightly, just has to back up right there. Can't quite make it stick. We'll just go for the down. Completely eliminate one of their opponents from the round. There's nothing that poor Pathfinder can do. I think it was a Pathfinder. Just getting absolutely there by this Mastiff. Good Lord. Well, they might have nerfed the pellet damage, but nobody tell AZ, because he just wrecked those guys with that gun. Lord have mercy, because AZ will not.
Yeah, and very interesting combo, Hemlock Mastiff. So no real like automatic weapon like everybody usually likes. R301 R9, he's going for that long range Hemlock and then that close range Mastiff. So pretty interesting, and it's working for him obviously, so I wouldn't change it.
Looks like a lot of our screens have returned here, thankfully, as well, so we can see what we can see. Everything looking about the same as kind of when we left. The 2 squads left here down here. IDZ forced to run there, pops the smoke as well. Just running for cover here, trying to get to a position where they can pop the shield battery and just get a little bit of sustain back up in this fight. Gonna try and pop some med kits here as well. Interrupted there briefly, goes down the gun sights, make sure that they don't have an opponent pushing them on that high ground. Syringe coming out as well, pushes up. They do have a really good high ground position here for this engage, and they will knock their opponent early on. Ooh, that was a chunky blast that came in there. I don't know who quite got that hit. Half the shield's gone already. It was a mirage too, because you can see the scatter of handsome men down there on the field. And AZ will just push straight into the building looking for their target. Oh my Lord, I felt that.
Wow. Yeah. I think everyone felt that here.
Good Lord in heaven almighty, Lava. You just destroyed him right there.
Yeah, very, very good shot. Very good win from this team. We'll have to see how many kills it is. It is a championship, though. So, and it is 28. Wow. Woo. And a lot of damage, too. 2.6k, 2k, and I can't see what the other one is, but a lot of damage, a lot of kills, and a huge win with that good Mastiff shot. Very well done. And they are now able to contend for this first place spot in this tournament now.
Yeah, Canuck right there, definitely putting themselves on the map, or Scenic, or whatever it is, definitely putting themselves on the map in terms of having to take them seriously. Yeah, I believe it might actually just be CN UK. I think we're turning it into a word
Maybe.
that it's not. I think we should probably stop calling them Canuck now that we realize that they're not Canadian.
I don't know.
Or maybe we do. It's a Commonwealth country, so all's fair, right? But that was genuinely an absolutely massive game for them. That
Mhm.
really will catapult them up here. It's the biggest game we've seen so far on stream, just in terms of pure kill, and I think arguably in terms of pure damage output as well. There was a lot of damage that was coming in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Fission Esports is struggling again. Another just elimination with 0 kills. So that's 3 or 4 games where they haven't done that great. So they're falling behind here. So they need to start really getting some points if they want to get in the top 5 here.
Yeah, they are definitely having kind of a rough start to the day. I mean, we are 30 minutes into the kill race now, so time is ticking. They got, an hour and a half to kind of swing this one back, but you don't want to fall down super early here. And speaking of falling down super early, Lars has lost 2 teammates, one of them entirely. Lars getting hit by a grenade there as well. The pressure comes in, and Lars goes down. A rough map from Pineapple as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they had those first couple games, which was real good, and not a bad game, honestly. 16 kills, a decent amount of damage. Just, you hate that you get 4th place, get so close to that first, and just get eliminated there. But couldn't do much. And actually, we can see their their name in the bottom right is Carnage UK. Is their club name. So just a little.
We will never call you Canuck or Scenic again.
Yeah.
It's not our fault. I blame, I don't know who I blame, but I blame somebody else. As is standard. Never admit fault. Anyway, back up to the high ground here with Slayer, who's got the Spitfire again. Surprise. Can't blame him. Meanwhile, Carnage is dropping in and dropping straight down. I thought they were dropping hot there for a second, but I don't think I saw anybody landing with them. Slayer actually took a hit there too. Speaking of dropping off the high ground, does have targets in the AO and will get 1 kill right away with the Spitfire. Runs back into cover, and of course he does have that teammate he could finish off, but lots of explosions there, Lava, kind of perhaps preventing the finish. And
yeah, I mean, finishes are always nice, but they'll take the finish. They'll get the squad wipe, and both of our left teams loading back into games. Hopefully, they can have some better luck. Pineapple Gang and Fission Esports, obviously, 2 of the teams that have been some of the staple teams of the CGL kill race this year. So hopefully they can bounce back, and that's what these teams are known for in Apex. Just bouncing back after they have 1 or 2 bad games, coming back and winning the whole thing.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, the ability to recover should not be underrated. And we will see if they can bring that online, tap into their inner strength here. But in the top right-hand corner, Ido Spirits right there. 9 squads left, 24 players in the ring, 4 kills, only 757 damage here for Slayer, but still not a bad stat line per se, especially for where they are in their match. And then, of course, no real hot drops here on the left-hand side, either relatively clean entry and a clean looting period. But back on the top right-hand corner again, the Revenant grenade coming out right there, and you'll see Slayer yeet themselves up onto the high ground and start firing away. They've got targets, and that's an aggressive push. I think it was... guess what it was that was making the aggressive push? I'll give you one guess.
Pathfinder or Octane.
Pathfinder or Octane. I think that is very much an Octane right there. Look at that. That is a gunfight and a half, a blistering exchange of fire right there, of which Slayer will emerge the victor. Just going to completely annihilate that shield. And is that a Pathfinder or an Octane? I can't really tell.
I can't tell.
Octane?
But
I think it's Octane. He's got the legs. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an Octane. I just assume that the individual who pops up over the corner, tries to get some shots in, and face tanks about 200 damage is probably on Octane, and they definitely
Most
haven't done
likely.
anything to make that not a thing. Oh no, speaking of not a thing, Lars there trying the big athletic gymnastic play, bounced up on the jump pad, tried to climb over the edge of the wall and got caught basically climbing, knocked almost immediately. A very unfortunate down there for the Horizon.
Yeah, so I was gonna mention this, but you were talking about the damage tracker, and I thought that was just a really, really nice thing that Apex added this season
Yeah.
was the ability to see your actual like number of damage where you couldn't have known before, where they had the actual really nice kill and assist bar. I mean, what do you think about that?
Oh, I mean, it's great. It's good to have an added layer of humiliation. If you're not a good player at the game, you can really take a look there and be like, my God, I am as terrible as I thought I was. Speaking of terrible situation right there in that top right corner, Mana basically got caught and annihilated right there. And you'll see, well, a bit of a unfortunate early exit there for Ido Spirit.
Yeah. Looks like Fission is going to go down again also. So we'll have to see, I don't believe, 5th place. And so not a terrible placement, but you hate to see them go out that early. Fission struggling a little bit again. They also have the new Gibby skin, though, the new Gibby Samurai skin, though. So maybe that'll bless them with some luck later. And top left, Pineapple Gang. It looks like Lars is about to bleed out. So
Yeah, bit rough day here out in the canyon. Even with the power of the Gibberai, they're not able to to turn this one around. And speaking of turning things around, though, down at the bottom, Carnage UK, they're stacking up. They're doing well. They're on another bit of a tear here. They're having a good time. And of course, for me at least, they're the only Twitch screen I can see because Twitch is telling me that if you're seeing this and you're not already on Twitch.tv, click here for the best Twitch experience. So thanks, but no thanks. You know, I'm about ready actually to pull up each one of these streams individually in 4 small windows, and therefore be able to see that. Just getting a little bit tired of that message, if and I'm being honest.
Yeah, Twitch is just they're trying to sabotage us today. We can't really do much about it. Just gotta live with it, I guess. Technical difficulties, like you said, it wouldn't be a CGL stream without a bunch of technical difficulties. So
Twitch does not want us watching through multi-Twitch. They are very passionate about that. Is well, what is it? Amazon now, isn't it? So
yeah.
Okay, if we're not careful, Jeff Bezos come around to whip us with a car antenna as well. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Looks like you are, I believe, coming back to us. Hello. We are here. We are watching this Apex kill race, and we're about 45 minutes in here so far, Llama. And how are you feeling on the day? What are your thoughts?
It's going pretty good. Like saw some interesting comps. Like I thought the Octane got some usage by all of our teams here. So with the aggressive Octane play, we're seeing some obviously amazing games from Carnage and from Fission, and Pineapple Gang. All of them, doing really well to start. Fission falling a little bit behind in their first couple games, doing not the greatest, but it's been good so far. And they got an hour-ish left, an hour and change left, and we'll got to see who can keep going and take it.
Yeah, I think it perhaps has been a bit more of a rough start for some of these teams than we initially expected, right? It's a bit of a struggle, right, for some of them, especially teams that we're used to seeing pretty good performances out of. And I don't know necessarily why that is the case. I mean, some days are just off days, and that does happen. But it's been entertaining. I mean, it's definitely been entertaining, and it is nice to see them come out swinging. And they're definitely, it's not for a lack of trying, is it? At the end of the day, just sometimes it do be like that.
Yeah, and it could be. It's also a battle royale. It's also somewhat based on luck. Maybe they're not getting maybe they're just getting white shields and their whole enemy team is getting purple. Like it could be something they can't control. It could just be an off day. We don't know. And we'll have to see if they can bounce back, because this is unlike them. Usually they're top 5 running the lobbies, and we'll see if anybody makes any comp changes after the hour, and so you can persevere and get it.
Looks like the multi-twitch is back up. We're not getting harassed at the moment by a bunch of purple screens, so hopefully we can bring that back online for you. Speaking of which, actually getting harassed, AIDS is in a bit of a dangerous situation down there. Getting some getting some damage in it, a close range gunfight. The Mastiff has made its appearance once more, but shields are knocked, so a fallback coming in there, and you'll see the barrage is being thrown in as well, or the airstrike being thrown in to just clear them a little bit of space as per usual.
Yeah, and that it's an interesting airstrike, with the Banglar smoke. It's an interesting comp, the Banglar getting that speed when shot at, and top left, Pineapple Gang, looks like we're zoomed in on them for now, and they do have one down at the moment, revived, and are now healing, but they are in trouble in the ring, and it looks like Horizon might go down here. And the res will come off. The Horizon did go down, but it will get her back up. They are having some ring issues here, not using their heat shields just yet. Picks up a med kit though, so should be good. The heat shield popped 2 times healing speed. So there we go. Beautiful. And we're just going to stay on Pineapple Gang here. 6 squads left, still struggling in the ring. It looks like Pathfinder might go down here, but they have another heat shield. So he'll get another syringe off. Easy, easy. And it looks like the Pathfinder zip will lead them back into the ring. Easily done, and now they are doing good. Still full screen on Pineapple Gang. 6 squads left, and they're gonna try and win this. Try and stay in first.
Actually, try to stay relevant, stay in the hunt. Yeah, I was there. I was muted there for a second, and I hope that I wasn't muted for like the last 5 minutes, but entirely a possibility. It's been one of those days. If we're being brutally honest with ourselves, you see some shots just coming in here from Lars. He'll push forward a little bit. He does have the vault. There comes the Bangalore airstrike right on top of everyone, which is a little unfortunate. And then an immediate engagement with a Bloodhound and a Horizon right outside the door, of which Lars will emerge the victor. Lars, though, really low on gold health, pops the jump pad and gets knocked in midair.
Oh man, you hate to see it. Those are really good alternator shots though from Lars there. It's gonna take the jump pad. The enemy team has 1 or 2 down here, so they might win this fight, but they got the res off on the Octane.
Going in here is, I think, for a what is this? This was that a self revive? No, it was, I don't who got them
the
up.
Octane
I'm not
jump padded.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was good heads up play actually by Lars to just get out of dodge right there with the jump pad, get back behind some cover, and actually enable his teammate to come up and make that play. And Lars again, really putting in work with this alternator. I mean, it's not a gun that a lot of people would want to stick with for a significant amount of time. I don't even think Lars really wants to stick with it for a considerable amount of time, but he's got it and he's making it work.
Yeah. And I think he might switch for the R3, and there he goes. He'll grab that R3, keep on going. Like the alternator, not the greatest. It has decent hip fire, but sometimes it's just not the best. But a gold carbine in the box, an interesting weapon there. And there is actually a glitch right now where if you have a gold weapon and you have another weapon of the same type and you switch like a white stock between it, it'll give you a purple stock and keep a gold stock on the gold weapon. So that's pretty interesting right now. Don't know if they know about that, but a gold R301, which he doesn't want right now.
Which he does not take. That's okay. That is interesting. I didn't know that. So you're giving us all the insider information here, Lava, things that we're not supposed to know. Now over to Austin here, and Austin is gonna back up, pops the shield battery as per. Goes in and gets a good kill right there. Using, I think that was a triple tank and take at point blank range. He's got an R301 as well, and he's the kill leader, but maybe not for long because this is a dangerous situation that they're in. Whoa! don't think he really meant to do it. He has kind of came surging up there, ran face first into an enemy. He will eventually get knocked. There's only so far that Octane can run before he will get inevitably be brought down. He is trying to get back here. He wants to revive Potato, fortunately there to get their teammate back up. No, Potato actually has to go into a gunfight. Potato taking a lot of damage. He's trying to use that knockdown shield to block for Potato, and it just does not come through.
No, hate to see it. It was a good fight though. Very very good to start, and then just kind of went downhill from there, which we hate to see, but is what it is.
Indeed. Well, it's back over to Pineapple Gang now. Lars and the boys here, rotating through, doing a little bit of healing as well. Definitely needed. I was just saying, the Octane in particular looks like you can. Boy, just it's giving me anxiety, man. Just pop the med kit. You need it. Just a quarter of your health. I don't know that Lars even has one that he can give him, unfortunately. Got 20 shield batteries, though, so more than enough on that front. So pop some boxes here, and I almost guarantee you, Lama, that they're popping those boxes to look for a little bit of healing. You'll see there's 2 squads left, and they're actually forcing Lars here has to run through this heat flare, which is a bit unfortunate. The Octane will get some health back up. Lars just continuing to go as fast as possible. There was an Octane jump pad conveniently placed there for him to make this a little bit quicker. And you can see already here too, Lama, the impact that these heat flares are having. I mean, we kind of saw Lars just tank it, but you do now have to think about your health.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing. They just decided to rotate right through it. It was only ring 2, so we haven't none of these games should go too late because of how aggressive these teams play. But if they do go late, they need to be mindful of just running through a ring 3 of a ring flare could not be the best if you're running towards a team with guns.
Very, very, very true. And it looks like their opponents are already over on the high ground here at the airport. You'll see an initial exchange of fire there, right there. Lars loses most of the shield and gets knocked. So that high ground positioning absolutely dominant here. Roberto El Widow striking big with a sniper rifle, channeling his Overwatch right there. And unfortunately, Lars is removed from contention.
Yeah, hate to see it. They got their Pathfinder left. They had the high ground. The enemy team had the high ground, so there wasn't much they can do. There wasn't much cover, so the enemy team was just looking down on them, firing constantly. So not much they could do. The gold shield on Shex, and that is the last person we'll see. He's going to pull out the R9 and maybe try and clutch up here. He will take one down, so maybe he can get the shield off. But no, he will get the kill finish, but second place.
Unfortunately, Shex does die. I mean, he did well there, didn't he? He got the one. Pretty big ask, right? It's a tall order for him to whip around and finish off everybody on the squad. So credit where credit is due. It was good effort. They got 14 kills in the second place. Probably not the best performance in the world, all things considered. And they'll want to go back in and try and do a little bit better than that. Definitely sets them back just a tiny bit. You see Austin here with that alternator does actually get the elimination right there. That was well played indeed, and I think kind of saved his team. That did not look like a particularly great squad or situation, and he'll go back and res Potato back into the action.
Yeah, that was insane shots though from the alternator. Hit almost every bullet there, so that's what we like to see. But one of his teammates was down, one of his teammates was low, so like you said, a very interesting scenario. He's going to chuck a grenade there that bounces right back on him and almost hits him, but looks like they're going to keep on pushing. They might see more enemies here. He'll throw the jump pad for his teammate so they can catch back up, and they'll keep on looting. And they find some enemies. Really nice alternator shots again from Austin. Takes him down, and easy squad wipe from Austin and company.
Seriously though, that was they make that look simple, didn't they? Just came in, fired, dumped a mag from the alternator, and got a couple of shots in with the flatline, and it was all over. I know what it feels like to be on the receiving end of that kind of violence, so I feel the pain of that other squad, but they are down and out, and I do so love the Octane running animation when he does that with his. He just holds his knife straight out in front of him. Ah! Watch out! Oh no! What is he gonna do with it? That's what you gotta worry about. They'll pop back up through this portal. It'll take them on a bit of an adventure here. Heading over towards the tower in the middle of the map. They're gonna sail right by it because it is kind of all under a flare, and they'll just pop in and out and once more with the charge. And it looks like Llama is getting consulted there about something. So,
yeah, just
I heard the word taxes, so that's terrifying. People. I'm sorry to hear. The IRS is onto you. They're in your house, Llama. Yep. They'll take your car. No, it's unfortunate indeed. But anyway, we are back in on the action here. Austin continuing this long charge across the map, and really has been quite a long charge. Actually, it's been going for a while now with 12 squads left. I don't necessarily, and I'll be honest with you, Love, I don't necessarily know what they're rotating for here. But I guess it's to find a target they can shoot at because they found somebody to get him. And all those flatline shots, my lord.
Very well done. Very well done. And also to note, Austin, you don't have a helmet. You might want to grab one of those. Pick one up, right? Protect your head. But...
He's got gold shields, but he doesn't have a helmet, which I feel like is a very Octane thing to not have a helmet, if I'm being honest. And he'll actually lose almost all of those gold shields, ducks in and grabs the kill box, and he does get I think that was the champion squad knocked out there as well as picking up kill leader. So all good for him right there. And I think he got clipped when he was in midair. I'm not sure. Maybe a long distance shot there did a little bit of damage to him.
Yeah, but he does pick up a gold helmet, so now he has his head a little bit protected. Sonar detected though, so yeah, there is a team here. Really great flatline shots. Just slaying out here, trying to get this other team. As they already eliminated the champion squad, the enemy team only has blue, so it should be an easy fight. Good flatline shots. He'll push into the new explosive hole to try and get these kills.
Damn, dude, I want that man's hands. He's so steady on that flatline. Like, it doesn't even look like the gun has recoil at all. Like, no. It's kind of insane. And the R99 as well. It's the laser beams in the hands of this boy. You would not even notice that there was recoil the way he controls for that. That is nuts. If I was using a flatline, that aim would be all over the place. I'd be literally painting an outline of my opponent on the nearest piece of terrain. But good God, that was some great stuff to see there. And we'll rotate back over now to the Pineapple Gang. And the Pineapple Gang, that is a slow game. Last time we checked in for them, I think there were 12 squads in the match, and now there's 10. So I believe that's 10. Yeah. It's a little bit pixelated on my screen. Might have dropped down to 9 here, maybe even a little bit less. Seems like there's a big gunfight going on somewhere, but it was quite slow paced there for a while because we like I said, we rotated back in. They were on 10. Unfortunately, Path does go down early on there. Horizon will jump in now. It's become kind of a close range gunfight. They wanted to try and get the Pathfinder back up. They're not quite able to do it. Lars is going to peel out here and go for the high ground, using the mobility provided to him by Horizon right there to just get up on top and get away for a second. There's an barrage coming in as well. And you'll see too, I believe that's Pathfinder who did use the jump pad to get up there so they can get the resurrection in, get him back in the fight. That's good. The sonar ping coming in, though, so you cannot really hide up there anymore, can you?
Oh, he jumps down on him, though. Good volt shots. And, it's going to be close. And, goes down. Oh, the Octane goes down, too. Can Pathfinder clutch up? Can't see anything.
And he's struggling here. Shex backs up, rotates around. Shex going up to the high ground there, just trying to hold on. Shex actually drops back in on the other side, playing this really well, but just cannot seem to find the finish.
There we go.
Big clutch there from Shex to save the day and keep his team in the match. That's the second near disaster that they've had on this map, and it'll be Shex lifting them from the jaws of defeat right there.
And then I believe it was a full squad, but full squad wipe, excuse me, from Shex there. So very well done with the R301 shots dropping from the building on his enemies, and saves them from defeat here. I believe 6 or 8 squads left, can't really tell, but they'll be looking for a win and a really good squad wipe. And it looks like they're going to be running through a heat flare here. So the heat shield's going to be used most likely because Lars is at like 10 health. So I'm going to use it eventually here.
Want to throw that? There we go. Okay. Well, I tell you what, these pineapple gang boys, they keep me in suspense right there. They're playing fast and loose with life, and you got to admire the sort of sang Freud to not panic in a situation like that.
Mhm.
But that was a bit bit close for my liking.
Yeah, we almost went down from it, but kept them alive. They're running through the ring flare here, so trying to get out of that so they don't have to fight a team at less health at disadvantage. So they're going to keep on running. It looks like Lars is going to mess with his settings, so good to mess with your settings in the middle of a tournament, and they'll pop into the heat shield to get some more heals.
Hey man, you just gotta adjust the sensitivity, okay? Sometimes you just, it's just not quite clicking. You gotta change it. It's an ongoing process. What you really want to do is you want to start at 100 and you just want to work your way down. So I've never been able to get sensitivity right. It's just the way
No.
it is, isn't it? It's one of those things. And what have we not mentioned about Apex Legends, by the way, that I feel like we really should have at least riffed on just a little bit earlier on in the broadcast?
I don't know. I think we've got most stuff. I mean,
I feel like we're missing something. We're missing something big or perhaps small, handheld even. But
oh yeah,
we'll get to that.
Yeah, the new Apex got released on Switch just recently, so
Absolutely
I don't think we have any.
Switch
Switch players.
Could you imagine? I would genuinely love if you came into this game on a Switch. You would be an absolute hero if you came into the Killrace on a Switch, and I hope to see that in the future. But on the hunt now is Austin, really in pursuit. You saw him get a really clean elim right there, just kind of bounced up in the air, came down immediately, got the elim, and once more though we're kind of back into the rotation. And I mean, what this just goes to show you is it's the pure speed that Octane provides, right? These rotations from Austin and the rest of the crew have just been blazing fast. I mean, blistering pace, right, in terms of their ability to get around the map. And this is one of the reasons why Octane remains such a popular hero choice, because as you get higher levels of play, the ability to rotate quickly becomes so essential, not only to staying alive but also to fighting engagements, especially in this kill race format. And it's just insane how quickly they can kind of jet around.
Yeah, and right now they're just shooting into the air, doing anything they can to find this enemy team, because it is 2 squads left, and time matters. And there he goes. Just they found him, and easy shots takes him down.
The shots, he's so good. It's insane. I know I shouldn't be like gushing that much, but my lord, dude, the way he handles the recoil, especially, it's just crazy. And he'll come right in aggressively, and that's a championship if ever I've saw one, and a well-deserved championship as well.
Yeah, very well done. Great shots from the jump pad, and we'll have to see how many kills they get, but a championship at least. And here it is. 22. Not bad.
It's a good round. It might not be exactly what they needed, considering that they've kind of been behind just a little bit, right? They had a couple of rough games at the start, but certainly not a bad match by any sense of the word, right? And definitely will help them. And also a good match, lots of good kills, right, from the hip fire, looking really solid. The kind of match that does help, as we come here in the final hour of the kill race, does just kind of help settle the nerves a little bit, and just make things a little bit more comfortable for you, which I think is very important if you want to finish strong.
Yeah, and for these teams especially, confidence is everything. So one good game for these guys could set them up for the rest of this hour just to go insanely off. So it's good to see. We like to see it. 22 kills and a decent amount of damage as we switch back over to Lars here.
Lars getting the hits in already with the G7 on the high ground. Does back up there just so he can get the shield in. Tries to go for another one. He whips out the Vault this time as his sort of close range gun.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, he will go down and the squad will be eliminated.
Yeah, so now we're kind of seeing a reversal. We're seeing Pineapple Gang fall a little bit and Fission go up a little bit. So could be even out. Still 23 kills, though. So not a bad game at all. Third place, maybe not what they wanted, but still a decent amount. Still a decent amount of kills to the more they want to be.
Solid damage actually as well right there,
Mhm.
Llama. They had a pretty good amount of damage too. So I mean, again, you're right. Not the ideal, right? You want that first place finish,
Mhm.
100%. But if you can't get a first place finish, that is not, I guess, quote, the worst place to be. In terms of
Yeah.
in terms of how you've done, and we'll kick back over to Austin here, and you can see that they're getting ready to drop back into the arena, and get started. And you know, it's these two teams have kind of set themselves out ahead of time, and I'm getting taunted right there because Dark Zero is doing their Rainbow Six Siege stream, which is what I would be watching if I wasn't here. But it's okay; it'll be there waiting for me when the Apex is over, which is good. It's a good day. But
Mhm.
you see now back here just dropping in. This is AIDS or AIDSy, has done really well so far on the day. Now just kind of here equipping whatever they can and on pretty good shields here, at least AIDSy. Is the rest of the team maybe struggling just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if they know that there's a team nearby, and we see that new Bangalore heirloom, the pilot's knife, pretty slick, and we see it in action, twirling all around. Very, very nice. We love to see heirlooms, and we love. It's maybe not as good as the Octane one with the full stab forward motion, but still very nice and a shiny knife. So
Can I just say I hate that? I really dislike that knife. It looks so dumb. Why does it have that hook thing at the beginning? What are you going to do with that? The minute you try and slash somebody with that thing, that's going to get stuck. And you're going to be like, well,
yeah.
it was really cool for all 10 seconds before it just got stuck inside of you. And you're going to look really silly, and all the other soldiers are going to make fun of you. It does look really. I mean, it's all glowy and stuff, which is obviously
Yeah.
very cool, but it does look super silly. I'm sure there's some sort of weird reason that it looks like somebody tacked a fish hook onto the end of it, but they'll actually pop into the heat shield there and they'll throw. Oh no, this is looking a little bad. Horizon is basically going to die. I think they got into the dome just in time there.
hmm Yeah, some heat shields popped. Oh, Horizon
Yes.
goes down anyways.
I
Oh.
called her. She was a soldier. What do you mean I call her? Of course I call her a soldier. That's where her knife comes from. Is a producer giving me sick here. Was she or was she not part of like the defense or not the defense force? What was she? She was part of like the evil empire
Yeah.
force, right? And then she just got kind of left behind. So yeah, all the other. Yes, I know that the heroes in the game are called legends. That's not the. I was assuming the knife was not something that she got when she started Apex. I was assuming it came from her days as a soldier. There's a line.
Just
There's a
a hit on
logical
Corbeck
progression.
stream.
Yeah, there's a logical progression. It makes perfect sense in my mind, at least. And
Yeah, she
obviously,
and her brother were on like the good side, and then her brother died, and she quit, basically.
I hate when that happens. Tale as old as time. You go into space, you rebel against the government, your brother dies, you quit, and you end up fighting in a deathmatch arena with a strange hooked knife.
Yeah, I mean, classic tale.
Yeah, really. Pretty Shakespeare wrote a play about that, actually. He's rotating around the outside edge here, coming up and coming in, looking for a target. Hasn't quite found anything. They did have another team they were engaging with, as we saw, and then it's just them and the other squad left here, and they'll exchange some shots across the landing pad there for a second, or at least I think it's them and the other team. I can't actually see the squad count number. It's a little pixelated on my screen, but I'm going to go with that as my narrative for now. And up on the roof, drops right in. Hello. Don't know if they were down or they were trying to heal, but whatever it is, they're out of the game now. And Carnage UK walk away with a solid championship.
Easy. Not Canuck, obviously. Who would say that?
Definitely not us.
Definitely Carnage.
Definitely not us. We
Definitely not
maintain
us.
our infallibility throughout. But yeah, no, it's good. Good play from them, and a good win as well. And 21 kills, not bad, and some solid damage in there as well. As we'll kick back over to
Yeah.
Deza here with Lars and the Pineapple Gang.
Yeah, it is just Lars left, or sorry, just Deza left. Sorry, both of his teammates down. Might be a 1v1, and I think he just got that kill, so it could be it. But very well done. Got to get those teammates back fast because obviously everyone can hear that you're firing, and everyone wants to come kill you. So not the greatest situation. Had to get a shield swap too. So just chilling with that white, going for that respawn beacon.
Yeah, yeah. I just noticed the white shield. That is a not great situation to be in when you're kind of having to clutch it up a little bit. And he'll hit the balloon right there, which will just give him a little bit of extra distance. He's basically scouting for targets as well, just making sure that there's nobody kind of waiting for him when he gets down off of that. Beast of the Hunt coming in really big right there too, just in terms of the mobility that it granted, allowing him to get the win in that engagement and get away very quickly.
Yeah.
Comes charging up here, and he does have a little bit of a ways to go before he can get to the respawn point. So just has to be careful, right? You don't want to take any engages if you can avoid it. Does a good job of just kind of swinging the corner right there. He's keeping his eyes open, which is all you can expect from a teammate who's kind of being the lock right now for the squad. No fall damage in Apex, so he'll take that like a champ, and he should reach the respawn beacon in time. I nearly called him an anchor there, but that's not true. He's not weighing the team down. I only realized the other day, Llama, there's a difference in terminology. You call someone an anchor in like Siege or something, it's like the player who holds down the site. It's a very important role. You call them an anchor in Battle Royale, apparently it's not good. It's bad. It means you're the bad player.
It's not good.
I know this because some kids in Call of Duty made fun of me, called me an anchor.
Yeah, called you an anchor.
Oh, I know. Well, I was, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes it's just like
it happens to the best of us. Normally I just dominate Killrace, but it was an off day.
Yeah, off day.
Off day.
The interesting thing will be if this loot will be still there when they get back, or if another team has taken it. And it looks like we'll switch back over to ADZ and switch teams again. So after that res, we'll switch, and 20 squads left. They are just dropping in now. So getting white shields and getting looted up for the fight.
It's the first time today. I think we've seen the new weapon, the 30 or 30, or what it featured in the broadcast, and there's probably a reason for that. It's not super popular. I feel like it's one of those guns that, in concept, right? It's a cool weapon. It's kind of interesting. It's a variation of the tactical rifle that we kind of see from the G7. The problem is, it just doesn't function that well as a gun, right? In terms of the DPS output and whatnot. I mean, let's be honest. At the end of the day, if you get in a rapid engagement with somebody and they're using the 30-30 and you have an R99 or God forbid a Spitfire, it doesn't take a Navy SEAL to figure out how that one's going to play out. Just in terms of pure damage output, and even with the ability to charge up the shots, it is just not enough. Right now, though, I mean, kind of using it the way it was intended, right on that high ground position. That's a beautiful shot there, actually, by ADZ to get that knock, and all credit to him. Like I said, it's not the best gun in the world, but he's making it stick. And unfortunately, they do get caught out by the Revenant grenade. Another great shot coming in, really pacing the shots right there, and well placed as well. I don't know if that's somebody who's been knocked or if he's just going in. Yeah, it was a knock. He'll go in and finish that off right quick and just collect what he can from that death box. I think he's still holding on to the 30-30 repeater here. Actually, did not find a gun that he wanted to switch it out with right there. Has an alternator now instead, kind of as a primary weapon, I'm imagining. So maybe we'll see something when he closes in here. Unfortunately, Octane did go down in the midst of all of that action. This is a really nasty gunfight up here in artillery. A lot going on here at the very start of the game.
Yeah, and he is using the 30-30 just like it was meant to be used, but like these players play, you don't necessarily want to use it because of how aggressive they play. You don't really want to be that far away, but they do get the squad elimination. He makes do with what he had, so good shots from him. Alternator and the 30-30, not the greatest starting loadout for what you want, but they'll make do with what he had, and they'll take the squad wipe and hopefully get the res on Octane. It actually looks like there's another team here. So alternator shots coming out on the top of the building as someone else jump pads on top. So it is a 2v3. It looks like they're going to have to take this and hopefully with only a bare alternator.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's going to go down to 1 health. Pop the shield bat in the smoke. Maybe get it off. He'll get sonar detected, though. He'll get the shield bat off. So not the worst. Get the syringe. Still a 2v3. The Octane's still down. With the alternator, takes the frag grenade out. Gonna pop the Bangler ult too, and some nice alternator shots. Oh, he gets shot in his back though, as the Horizon was reviving the Octane. You hate to see it. Now a 2v3 with the Octane being revived. Volt shot's good. And one knock comes down, and it looks like it'll be a 2v2 now. And good Volt shots from Octane too.
Whoa,
Wingman shots
Morty.
connect. Oh. Horizon goes down. I believe it's a 1v1.
Unfortunately, it's a 1v1 here, but Octane only has a sliver of health and unfortunately not even full shields. He thinks about resing the Horizon right there. Parseval needs to pull something big out of the hat. The sonar does come in. The push immediately as soon as he started the resurrection. Oh, and his opponent played that quite cagily.
Yeah. 5 kills, not good. 13, and that was a long fight. That was a really long fight. So that's going to hurt him a little bit. It was good in the beginning. They almost got it. The Horizon went for the res instead of helping the Bangalore fight. So you hate to see it. And as we hop back on with Lars, going to be jump padded onto this loot ship right onto a team. And right away, we're getting some huge action as we switch teams.
Lars on an Octane as well now, I think, which is not something that we've seen so far today. Am I wrong in saying that? No, has he been playing the Octane? No, he hasn't, right?
I think they switched. I think he was playing Pathfinder.
Yeah, he was playing
his
Path.
teammate was playing Octane, but
a little rotation
same comp,
of
just
roles there.
Yeah,
Keeping it fresh
up a little.
And with that Octane speed boost, yet again, we see the charge once more illustrated. As he'll just continue on this rotate. Of course, Octane 2 with the passive healing ability to kind of deal with some of the damage, but it's an early kill right there. Then the G7 hip fire to take down the opponent who initiated combat right there. Don't see that very often, do you?
No, G7 does have a really nice hip fire, but you don't see a lot of players using it that way. And he's running G7 R9, which is a pretty interesting combo instead of taking that R301. Taking that G7, giving him a little bit more range, and with that really nice hip fire, uses it to his advantage, and they take out those 2 enemy teams as they will keep charging on here with the Octane, just kind of jump pad and keep on just looking for teams anywhere they can find them in this kill race. Just keep going fast, not wasting any time, and they are playing it just perfectly.
Gotta go fast, man. Gotta go fast. There's the jump pad down again. And once more sailing into the abyss, and this time the abyss happens to be a little heat spot here, so he will take some damage. He'll just run straight through that though, because he's off. He's got the movement. He'll take it. Look at just the pure movement that is being illustrated for us right now is really something. I mean, he really is fast as hell.
Yeah, and it's only ring 1, so it's not going to be too much damage from that ring flare. I don't even know where his team is anymore. I think he might have just left them, but or he's trying to go catch them. They might be in a fight here as a scan comes out from a Bloodhound. We don't know if it's his or a different, and it looks like he will get close to catching his teammates here. Don't know if there are enemies nearby. Maybe that's why he was going so fast, was looting something and then maybe coming back, flying through that ring. As you'll go down to this bottom part of labs, a pretty interesting area, and doesn't look like there is any doors open, so no sign of people, but it does look like there isn't much loot. So gonna keep on pushing through. I think they might be splitting up here just to try and find a team, as they will meet up in Capacitor.
And this is admittedly a strategy. That was admittedly a strategy we've seen teams run throughout our kill races. Usually, you kind of all split apart, right? And then you hit
Hmm.
contact, and everybody coalesces together because you have the mobility from the legends to just get everybody back in, right?
Yeah.
Depending on who you're running. In that case, they certainly had the mobility right there, and we see the caustic tanks finally making, I think, their first appearance
Yeah.
of the day. And they'll
Hmm.
immediately turn out to be a bad place for someone because AIDS right there just annihilates with that Spitfire.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting area, and then if anybody in chat doesn't know, it was just recently added in this new patch after they nerfed caustic into the ground. And basically, in this area, there is a button that you press, and it gets rid of the toxic stuff on the ground, and it opens up these 4 canisters that have automatic golds in them. So they could be gold weapons, gold shields, gold knockdowns. Very good loot, but very highly contested usually.
Yeah, and of course you are, required to wait, right, for the goop to drain. So
Yep.
forces you to hang out around here too for a little while in terms of
Mhm.
being a already heavily contested spot. So definitely you pay for you're paying for what you get.
Mhm.
But the run is on now, and you can see the team engaging in a firefight. They've actually got some targets out long range here for once, and they will beam them down just a little bit. I don't think they've quite secured any finishes yet, but that's not going to stop them. It's just pushing straight forward here. Smoke does come out
Oof.
there, will not, I think, save the Bloodhound, but there is the black hole and it's being thrown on them, keeping them all together. Black hole or no, it doesn't really matter. Good pick right there.
Yeah, very well done. Just deletes the knockdown shield too, and fighting on this outer edge by the caustic area. Don't know if that. I'm pretty sure that guy had teammates, but the teammates might be just scared. They know this team. They're like, we're not fighting them. Our teammate just just got deleted. We're out.
Wow, discretion is the better part of valor, right? You're outnumbered there as well, so maybe you just kind of you run, you hide, you play a little bit of a scummy little rat, and you come back and you get
Mhm.
your teammate's banner, and you try and stay alive a little bit longer. I don't know necessarily if that was the play, but certainly gonna go down there. And I think we just got flashed. I don't know what that was. Looked like a number one from somebody. So good for them. As we'll proceed up to the high ground here with AIDSy. And they'll head over to Crypto's map room.
Yeah, and he's got that gold mag, I believe, on that 301. So gold mags added this season that automatically reload your guns after about 10 seconds of them not being reloaded. So this can be useful in a fight if it's holstered. If you have your gun away, you can reload stuff. If you have
Oof.
2 gold mags, you can switch between them. They reload, and it's pretty interesting feature. What do you think about it this season?
It's a staple of kind of like Destiny 2, Destiny gunplay is
Hmm.
the auto loading mag. I don't know how I feel about it necessarily. I think it's an okay tactical change. It's one of those ones where it is
Hmm.
useful. It is undoubtedly useful, and I don't think anybody would deny that. But it's not so useful as to be game breaking or anything like that. So I'm
Yeah.
fine with it. It can stay. I think it's a cool addition. All things being told.
Mhm. And I mean, we don't see it too often, like being
No.
used in a clutch scenario, but it can definitely be the one thing that we've seen sometimes that it can affect whether you win or lose a
I
fight.
mean, it's not as if Apex really, I think, has a lot of stuff that enables faster reloads in general. I mean, we're not talking about like,
Hmm.
swift hands perks here, right? So it
Yeah.
does help with that sort of situation as well. And there are definitely times in gunfights where not having a reloaded secondary can be the end of you. And speaking of being the end of
Yeah.
you, well, you see right there that Horizon is knocked, but around the corner comes AZ, gets that kill, gets the kill leader as well. Great bit of play there from the Bangalore player to get the Horizon back up into the match. And I think at least 2 or 3 kills in that fight alone will put them over the top and make them the kill leader on
Mhm.
this lobby.
Yeah, very well done. Good shots. They trade one down for the elimination of the enemy team, and we're just gonna keep following them. He's got that really nice kitted out 301, and he's running Eva this game. So maybe he hasn't found a Mastiff. Maybe he wants to run the Eva, but with the new Mastiff changes, just gonna stick with it for now. So, and our 301 shotgun, a very common loadout for these teams that we see a lot.
Yeah, indeed. And hops up here on the top deck, already looking for a target, can't quite find it. We'll run back in and just take a little bit of cover. I think they did see a team engage, or a team to engage up on that high ground there, and you can see the pings kind of coming in, so they're keeping a beat on them. There comes a Horizon pad out, launching them up. He comes up with Arcstar blazing. He goes to throw it. I think his teammate actually blocked him. He'll throw the thermite down as well, and unfortunately, in the midst of all that, Horizon did get knocked, so problematic there, to be sure. Backs up and immediately just goes for the shield cell. Which is the sensible thing to do. But fighting into a high ground situation like this, not ideal, right? This is some basic Sun Tzu Art of War stuff. You don't want to attack somebody who's holding such a dangerous high ground position. And actually, they did a really good job right there. I don't know if that was an intentional bait to get him off the roof, but the other team, very foolishly, I might add, surrendered that high ground position and came down. And now Bangalore will just run away, hide around the corner. A's popping the shield battery, is getting pressured here, just firing into the smoke with the Eva, gets the knock. Beautiful stuff right there. He's going to get one more as well to wipe that squad.
That was just insane. 1,000 IQ plays. The two teammates drop down, they bait the res, so the team jumps off their high ground. And there we have AZ just waiting and just deletes them. Very, very well done. Gets 2 kills with that Eva. Impeccable thinking right there from that team.
Definitely not impeccable thinking from their opponents, who must just be kicking themselves right now. They literally had all the advantages. They had the fight at a 3-2 high ground, and they got greedy, and they greed kills. And oh no. Speaking of kills, we'll flip over here, and Lars is down with a white knockdown shield, providing some shielding for his buddy right there. And unfortunately, Octane comes up around. Oh no, there goes Pathy as well, and it'll all be onto the sonar pinging body of Bloodhound here to try and keep his team in the fight.
Yeah, we'll see if he can clutch up. It's just him. Maybe he can get a res off. It looks like the Octane is going to climb up to him very, very slowly. He's going to go for the res here. And Pathfinder also there, so could get chain reses here, could get the full team back, and the scan goes out, and they're coming up right now, so he can't get the res. The R9 shots come out, a little bit of damage. I think it's a 2v3, and wow, just very nice shots off a jump pad. They are getting sniped from somewhere else too. 2 teams, it looks like they might be sandwiched here, so not a great situation.
Go prone. Oh wait. This is hug ground. No, I can't. Who would do something so logical? But he will get the res there and get Shex back up on the Pathfinder. So the squad is resed here, and they do have this high ground position, and they bought themselves some time, at least some breathing room. And actually, they're going to hard re-aggress here. Lars is just going in for it. Gets a couple of hits with that flatline. Gets another one. Gets the knock there too. Comes charging in once more, going for the close range engagement. Lars knows no fear. They've chased him all the way back down into the canal, and they're just going to keep coming. They will not stop the shots going, and you would not know that this man was operating at half health with like 2/3 of his shield, because there is no way that's going to stop him from going in and securing that squad wipe. What a beastly play there from Lars. Unfortunately, they're getting third party.
Yeah, insane shots. The third party not great, so have to prepare for that. So they're going to get the res on the Bloodhound. Hopefully get him back up and ready to fight. But just an interesting choice with a 3 times on the flatline. Usually you see like a 1 or a 1 to 2, just so you can have a little bit better close range. But the flatline is his long range. He has an R9 flatline, so he's using that flatline to get just a little, with that 3 times, get a little bit extra range there, and it's working, obviously. So they have all 3 members up. Third party hasn't come in actually yet, but they are pinging out for enemies.
Thanks for the follow, Mario PS4. Sorry, what a cursed name. Somewhere Nintendo just feels hurt. Anyway, Lars here with the speed boost pushing forward there, drops into some smoke. Lars just kind of spinning around. I don't think he's quite figured out where his enemies are yet. He's very much looking for him, and he will very much find him there. And Lars, again, the Apex player without fear, just full on sends it into another combat and gets another elim.
Yeah, and we will rotate back over here to AZ. Yeah, he doesn't even care. He was the one that didn't have a helmet on earlier, right?
Yeah.
he doesn't even
I
care.
just
He's
got.
just pushing deep.
Oh my god! Like the one where the fight we saw just before that, where he just goes sailing through the air with half a health bar and not even full shield. I mean, it's just the utter confidence, because I feel like there are so many players who would look at that and be like, yeah, this is definitely not, get a shield battery, get health,
Yeah.
not good. Push. Now's the time.
Push.
My center is, my center is collapsing. My flanks are non-existent. Attack. It is the only way. And
Yep.
you'll see AZ here just is playing, has to go back into the heat sink basically for a second. There is a heat shield there for them if they so choose to use it. They won't need to heal in it, though. They just use it as a bit of cover to get them through, and actually turns around and looks like they're going for the gunfight. Choose not to do it. They're actually getting chased, I think, by the ring here as well, and sure enough, the ring will stop. Still inside of it, though, and it'll come out of the heat sink and immediately go into the shots there, looking for something. Did not quite find whatever they were looking for, though. I think they do have some sort of opponent up here on the high ground, and there their shots start to come in. But a vicious volley of return fire does some damage, nearly cracks the shields, but manages to get in cover behind the wood pile. And you can see the immediate covering fire from the teammates coming in, just giving AZ time to pop the shields, get that red shield back up, the Evo shield at full capacity right there. So plenty of shielding to be had in this particular engagement.
Yeah, and it's interesting to note that heat shields do not block bullets. So both of those teams that were fighting in the storm, those heat shields don't block bullets like a Gibraltar Dome shield. It looks like a lifeline res will come out on the enemy team, but they notice that they'll push that really easy. It was only 2 members on that squad, and they will take another squad wipe. It looks like there may be a third party as they're picking enemies decently close, and there it is, Bangalore smoke. So the enemy team coming in.
Third party. Well, name a more iconic duo, Apex and third partying right there. And wow, that was a lot of shield batteries. Drop as many of those as they can. Just share the wealth, redistribute the shield battery economy. There, and he does have a bit of his health bar missing here too, which is just I think just enough to bother me. For not having the ability to heal it, but that's okay. I mean, like I said, red Evo shield should be enough to, I think, tank him through, and he will actually pop the syringe on that long slide. Pretty impressive how Bangalore can use that syringe, shoving it into their arm while also careening off rocks on their knees. But that's the power of Apex Legends right there. That's what you get for being a hero. Anyway,
Yeah.
they do have another target.
Yeah,
This team is literally just run straight into him.
Oof. Yeah, they're gonna chase this Wraith down, and it looks like she's gonna get out of the void and go instantly death. It was just a solo, so they're taking an easy kill. But you know what? You were talking about that syringe. That is just the most annoying thing when your teammate leaves themselves at like 99 health and won't heal that one single health.
It's the argument, right? It doesn't make a difference. Oh, it does though. What if it does? What if it does make that slight bit of difference? Heal. No, definitely been there. We've all been there. We know it. Pushing back up towards the ring here, I think, leaning up back towards the ground that they just vacated. I think they're trying to see if that Bloodhound had any teammates, or was it a Bloodhound? I think it was a Bloodhound that came sailing by that they knocked. Just seeing if they can find someone up here, and they do actually find someone. And that was a brief exchange of unpleasantries right there, and not ending well for their opponents. And now Bangalore smoke is down as well, and a Bangalore airstrike coming in here too, and sailing right into it, sliding like there's no tomorrow, and they'll go in. And I think that might actually be the full squad wipe that they just secured right there.
Yeah, so they'll take that easy. It's just a solo Bangalore. Was hiding out and tried to run away, and looking now for the final squad. It looks like, and this is the challenge. You got finding that last squad in the ring and trying not to waste as much time, as time is a factor. With only about 30 minutes left, these teams have to keep on going, and any time they waste is time that other teams could be pushing further ahead of them.
And I mean, very true, actually. And you bring up a really good point, which is something that hasn't really come up yet. It has come up maybe a little bit, but it's not something that's been a huge problem. And that is when you get into these 2 squad situations and the other squad is basically just playing hide and seek with you. But that is not the case here. They'll run right into him, and they got him pinned on the edge of the ring here as well. The Bangalore smoke coming out right there to provide him with a little bit of coverage, but they're right on top of that. Great shots there from the Eve8 just to get the knock. They'll go in as well. They just want the kills. Blood's in the water.
Yeah,
the sharks
he doesn't. Yeah, he's got that Evo with the Digi threat too, so he can see through his smokes. Not the worst. And it looks like his teammates already found the enemies. And Carnage UK are the champions. Take another dub. We'll have to see how much kills there are, but a good game from them.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a day actually from Carnage UK. They had a little bit
Mhm.
of a rough start, but they have definitely hit their stride in these last couple of games. 18 kills on the match, about 4,000 damage, maybe a little bit more, 4,000, almost
Mhm.
5,000. Not the hugest stat line.
No.
Not gonna blow the doors off, but certainly not bad by any stretch of the word. Definitely some very solid, definitely solid stat line coming in right there. So nothing to be ashamed of.
Mhm.
And it looks like we might just transition over to Austin here. Austin waiting to load back into their next match. Nope, they're in. Loading screen there. I don't know why we
And
got a loading screen right there. Oh, I don't even know what's going on. Getting,
switching
getting
back. We're switching
flash
back and forth.
content. Getting flash content going away. And here we are. It's Octane and Potato on Bloodhound.
Yeah, so it's Carnage though, like you were talking about. They had the 28 kill game earlier. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
They did.
So yeah,
Yes. Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
We'll say so.
We'll go with that. Yeah, yeah, sure. I'm all in.
So them being a challenger, not being like a not really known in these tournaments, like coming out swinging, doing really good, making themselves known. They have a real big possibility of taking the win here.
Well, the standings as they currently are, so not with the last game they're added in, I should add. So
Mhm.
some updating still to be done, but it is Fission Esports at 233 points with 7 games total, 5 first place finishes, 30,000 damage on the day. Ito Spirit FR1 in second place with 206 points, 8 games total, 5 first place finishes, 29,960 damage, so just 40 off the big 3 there. And then Pineapple Gang in third place with 184 points, 6 games total, 2 first place finishes, 1 second, 1 or 2/3, and a partridge in a pear tree, 28,000 damage.
Did you say Fission Esports is in first right now?
Vision Esports is in first right now, actually. So they have
Wow.
clawed their way back because they have had a couple
Yeah.
of bumpy games, but they have been doing work on the backside for those games that are
Mhm.
not bumpy. Out of their 7, about I would say 2 or 3 of which have been 3 maybe have been kind of
Yeah.
bumpy, but the games where they were not bumpy, they are full sending it right there. So all
Yeah.
credit to them. Again, though, that doesn't take into account last match. So Carnage maybe move up those standings just a little bit. They did put up a pretty solid
Mhm.
game, but still sticking in this. And of course, Lars and Pineapple Gang anchoring that third place slot, just in contention. And Fission, right? They've been a bit of hit or miss. They're currently on the hit, but if
Yeah.
they were to miss. There are people waiting in the wings to come charging forward
Oh yeah.
to pick up those slots.
And I think we picked the right 4 teams to watch for the top 4 because it is very close. And any like you said, one bad match and someone could just pass you. One bad match, you waste 5 minutes, and someone spends those 5 minutes getting 10 more kills, and they just
Yep.
pass you. So you gotta be focused, especially for these last like 20 and change minutes, and hopefully win it.
And all credit to Grissom, the producer, there for making the accurate predictions, wielding the knowledge of the scene like a scalpel to pare
Mhm.
down the teams to the best ones available. So well done
Yeah.
there. And ultimate accelerant coming out here on the screen for the Octane, just getting him yet another jump pad in a very short amount of time. And he's actually just going to take the engage on the high ground is Lars, and he'll pop up over the edge right here and then try and finish that kill. He certainly will too. All quick speed right there, and he'll
Mhm.
drop down. Hunt's still on. Octane still just gonna loot this, and I think they might have another opponent there as well, and he'll grab a golden backpack for his troubles as well. Why not?
I think this is the only time you'll ever see the teammates giving Octane the ultimate accelerant.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't usually need it. He does charge his ult rather quickly. But he's got
Yeah.
it here as he just plays around the outside edge of this heat beam of death at the moment. And
Mhm.
well, there's jump pad, not his, so he's still got plenty of momentum here. So come up over the top and push in here, and he's looking for. Yep, there it is. couple of gunshots in, sort of dulcetary fire there, just looking for something.
Mhm.
Waiting for the crew to back him up here as well. It doesn't want to push it alone, which is a wise and good decision.
Yeah, and he's gonna get some good shots. We'll see if he can actually and he should take the Wraith down here.
Tracking.
Just to note, the Bloodhound is down here and finished, and they don't have his beacon, so it is gonna be just them two for the rest of this fight, Lars and I believe Shex. So they're gonna keep on going. He'll get the shield bat. It was good tracking, and they get the bleed out, and so they finish those two others, and they'll keep going looking for this win here. I think I believe 6 squads left, so gonna pop the Octane pad again. Keep on going, keep on zooming, and it looks like they found more people, and a knock, easy. People hiding on the roof. He takes advantage of that jump pad, getting that height over them, that high ground, looking straight on them, and easy knocks as the ring is closing on them.
Yeah, I mean, we know from personal experience that Lars and Shex know no fear, and they're both capable of clutching up right at any given point in time. So this is well and good for them, and they will get the championship there. A very clean win on that gunfight. You're right. Perfect, excellent, actually, positioning, getting up there on the high ground and holding on to that. And then with the ring pushing their opponents towards them, that was an easy win. That was an easy dub. You won't always get 2v2s that are quite as easy as that, but it was all set up in advance. And wow, monster game. 31 kills on the board. You're looking at almost 7,000 damage, 7,500 or just a bit. Oh my.
That is insane. That is definitely going to catapult them into first. 31 kills, 7k damage, and a win. Absolutely nuts. As we switch back over to Austin, we congratulate Lars on that big win, and we will keep going under 20 minutes now. And just a reminder, CGL also hosts scrims. You should check it out if you're an Apex player. All you have to do is join the Discord. There is a prize pool, and you'll get some awesome experience. You should go check it out.
You will get some awesome experience. That is some a fun thing to do, and our scrim seasons they're starting. One's starting right now, but we tend to intend to make that a regular feature here around CGL Apex, and we're more than happy to try and do our bit to keep the scene pumping and vibrant here on the consoles. And we hope to be there on the forefront of that, and it's cool to see Apex Legends becoming the ultimate console battle royale. Just gonna pick up that Switch as well. One of these days, I'm gonna go out and talk to Lawrence about this next week. But I swear we're gonna do a Switch only contest. That'll be really beautiful. And I honestly, after watching this today, it's something that I desperately want. So we're gonna have to have a conversation about that. It would be spectacular. And Austin goes up the balloon, drops right off the balloon there just to give us all a 6 sense of vertigo. Doesn't really do much with it. I think he was just hunting for targets. Speaking of targets, hello. Octane drops in there on the kamikaze route and unfortunately gets the rougher end of the kamikaze on that one and gets knocked almost immediately. Teammates are here though I will say Potato is getting massively damaged right there, as is the Bangalore, and they've just got to play this a little bit slower this time. And unfortunately, Austin can't really do anything but sit down here and wait with the knockdown shield, just keeping that up in front of them to protect themselves. It does look like they will be able to come in and get the res, the smoke being thrown in there just to provide him with a little bit of extra cushion.
Yeah, the interesting thing also to note is Octane doesn't have the ability like Horizon does. Horizon has the interesting passive that when you hit the ground from a certain height, you don't take that like millisecond of like you have to do that action where you like re-stand up or whatever. So that's probably what caused Octane is he dropped down, he had that little action and couldn't right away shoot. So his enemy got the advantage on him.
Yeah, the dive bomb. I don't think quite worked out exactly how it wasn't played out how he thought it was going to be in his head. Let's just put it to that. But I also feel like that's a very Octane thing. Just be like, watch me go in a light Brazilian accent or whatever it is, and did not work out there that time. That's okay. And he's booking it because he'll pop into this portal here off the back of that huge jump that seemingly went on for absolute ages, and they'll just use that as the opportunity to kind of turn around here and cover a bunch of distance. And basically just coming back towards where his teammates already are. I think they're trying to get up here to the to the arsenal.
Mhm.
And push straight in through the gate.
Yeah, and using that Octane stab again, just going straight for the no worry. And looks like there is a little bit of ring damage that he's going to take. Going straight in for some reason.
No Fear Cavalier. He's just right in there looking for something. I don't know. What?
Maybe there is a res or something? I don't know.
I'm actually genuinely a little bit confused about what the plan is here because they're now in the they're going to the map scan.
Okay. They're gonna find
Well,
where
that is
everybody
bold.
Yeah, going to the
that
ring
is a
for a
bold
map
thing
scan.
to do. Picks up the healing as well. I mean, to be fair, he's got a heat shield. And he'll yeet that out in front of him there so he can stop and just top his health back up. And wait, what? He
Didn't get
cancels.
it off.
He cancels out of it. I don't understand. That's not great. Now he has to basically go slow, get the syringe in, so that he can just keep running, relying very heavily on this Octane passive heal. And on the end of the great adventure here for Austin, he does manage to get back to the ring. And what was it worth it? that's the question that we all have to ask ourselves. I mean, you didn't die, so that's good, but was it worth it for the map
Almost.
scan? I guess it was. In their mind, at least, this was a solid play, and far be it from me to judge because the man just turns around and basically hip fire knocks someone from halfway across the damn map. So he can do what he wants. It's fine. You do what you want. Go ahead and get another kill there too. If you want that, you can have it.
Gibby Dome from the enemy team on the other side. It should be a 3v2. So the scan from Map Room helped them a little bit to find this team, and good shots coming out. A Revenant Totem from the enemy team. So it looks like Gibby Revenant, the two left, and they'll send the other one back also. Now pop that jump pad, full send them, and look for where that Revenant Totem was at the start of it, and they will find it. Downs come out, and that looks like the end of the squad. Very well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Good shots coming
looks
in
like
there on the top as well. Just got a target gliding in front of him. Can't ask for a much better situation than that.
the Octane jump pad again. He's got a full send, and it looks like he's gonna get some good shots. Gibby Dome comes out, gonna push through it. Gibby's dancing between them. Oh, I can't hit the shots. The Gibby gets the bat off.
Bubble dance. Oh no, Austin takes some
Oh,
hits, but it's okay. He gets the win right there in the elim as well.
for the Gibby, feels bad for him. can't beat the super fast Austin.
No, unfortunately cannot. Did a good effort with a bubble dance, but just not enough. Not enough. Won't make it stick.
Not enough.
Alas, poor Gibby. We hardly knew ye. And he'll come right back in. Heading back through another heat sink here. Throws out the heat shield already. Or no, jump pad, sorry, ahead of time. Just give them the speed to get pushing through this. They don't want to waste too much time. And then that crazy stim thing there. like to see it.
Yeah, so they're gonna keep going through the heat rings playing a huge part today in these teams' rotations, and it hasn't really like killed many of them, but it's definitely affected them, causing them to heal. And the ring will go away as a new ring spawns. So he's gonna get this med kit off as Octane and hopefully find another team. It looks like they're getting down into single digit, maybe 2 or 3 squads left. So trying to find pings come out, so maybe an enemy, and they might have this final squad here.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to say maybe it's a little pixelated on our end, so we can't tell if that's a 2 or a 3. Could almost be an 8. Hopefully, that's not what it is. Jump pad getting hit right there. Goes sailing up and over. Won't even use the double jump here because they're immediately pushing on the sonar ping coming out there from the enemy Bloodhound, so they are detected. Don't really care about that, though. Austin surging forward, all speed ahead with the hip fire kill, and there's a championship. Clean and easy. Good as you please. Beautiful stuff. Does look like we might have actually lost Llama in some capacity because his camera is shut off. I just have an angry, aggressive Llama logo staring at me right now. So keep going there. Number 1, first place finish, 25 kills. Decent amount of damage. not gonna blow the doors off of anything, but not bad at all. And unfortunately, Llama has disconnected. It's good though. Austin with a really solid game, and they should have time to queue back in. I think for at least one more. I would imagine just about one more here before things wrap up. And it looks like Llama has re-entered the chat, so hopefully we'll be seeing him back in just a little bit. And now we've switched back over to Lars here. They Pineapple Gang put up a monstrous game the last time that we saw them on stream. So we'll see if they can get back into the action. And Llama has returned to us from the Nether.
Yes, technical difficulties, got disconnected real fast. All good. A lot of technical difficulties today. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, well it does happen. It does happen, doesn't it?
Yes. Did I miss any insane plays?
I mean, they got a first place. They got a goodly amount of kills and a decent amount of damage. Like I said, it wasn't anything super spectacular, but in terms of getting first places and doing well, it was good. It was good.
It's good. Love to hear it. 10-ish minutes left, I believe. They might have a 5-minute grace period, but just a little bit of time left. So this might be everyone's final game. So gotta push for it. Probably gotta take wins, and it's gonna be real tight to the end. We'll see who takes it.
Yeah, push to the limit. Walk along the razor's edge here, right at the bitter end, and they've done well today. I mean, it's been an exciting kill race. I've enjoyed watching the gameplay. It's been all good most of the time. A couple of rough maps here and there, but it's to be expected. And most of these teams putting in a very solid performance. And already we see Lars and the Octane speeding for the exits there, and stops and grabs a Mastiff, and will now speed back in towards potential enemies. And well, not wasting any time. He knows what he's got to do. He's got to get the bigly kills. Pulls out the 30-30 there, knocks one, and is knocked himself. Well, they're not all great. That was maybe one of the not so great ones, and either Llama is pulling the most impressive freeze tag play in the history of commentating, or his internet has dropped again. So I will take back over here. Shex firing down range with the R301. No, maybe sorry, Spitfire right there, getting the big picks. Again, a little pixelated. One gun very much looks like another when it's just a bunch of pixels, but he will get the res here. Shex getting the Horizon back online there. Unfortunately, Lars, they will get the banner here, so they do have to deliver the Octane to the beacon. Admittedly, they got a couple of kills in that initial drop, so I feel as though the hot drop was worth the time right there. And they probably felt like they can trade out the Octane and get the res in for the amount of kills that they're getting. And again, this comes down to kind of the supreme confidence that we were talking about earlier, right? When you're good enough, when you were confident enough in your ability to win consistent gun fights and make the right plays, you can kind of take this more aggressive stance, but it doesn't always work out exactly as you want it to. And you can see here Shex taking those hits early on, doesn't really have that much of a healing. It's just totally trying to fight their way towards the spawn beacon at this point in time. The shots did come in right there as they do push over to the spawn beacon. Hasn't quite been able to do it yet. Good little bit of shooting right there to finish someone off. And Shex will go in for the respawn, and Lars will return to the playing field.
I am back again.
Welcome.
More issues.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow. And the world of tomorrow looking a little grim here for Horizon, actually, who has been knocked as Lars drops back into the Crucible down here in the valley.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. More issues, but got it fixed now. Should be good. Popping the shield cell, and like you said, the Horizon banner still available, so maybe they can get it and get it back before anything else. But gonna keep on looting. Try and get this final game. Is it worth it to go respawn their teammate is the question, if it's going to waste a bunch of time. But they do get the finish on the team, and it looks like they're doing good.
The way the pixels made it look right there, it looked like there were 111 squads left on the screen for a second. I was like, wow, jeez, it's a big game. What happened? Is this Solo's Warzone? I don't know. Anyway, swings the corner there, does Lars, gets the shots out. You see the sonar detection coming in here as well, so Lars going to play immediately, just pops up to the high ground, drops back in, comes through the window on the other side. Barely even needed right there. His teammates, I think, had already finished most of that before he came in through the bedroom window. But he'll go and get one anyway.
Oh, man. Jeez, just
Oh,
jumped
Austin, my
straight on
apologies.
him. Yeah.
It's the swaps between octanes. I'm not even kidding. It just essentially looked exactly the same, and they're both
Yeah.
so good. They're both so good that you wouldn't notice a significant difference in the movement between the
No.
two of them. So, thank you for the correction there. But he is surging forward once again. His teammates, however, will fall a little bit behind. They do kind of have to heal.
Mhm.
Octane doesn't care. Octane just wants more kills. Blood for the blood god.
Yep, he's just
Here.
he's just trying to find more teams. It looks like he spots out a res, so they're definitely gonna push this. Time is winding down, so kills need to be had right now, and they are pushing this respawn, which is what they need to do. Bloodhound and Bangalore are still a little bit behind, still healing, not fully recovered from that other fight yet. But Austin is ready to go, ready to push this next fight like a true Octane main.
Yeah, it's not wasting any time at all. And he actually almost, if they could finish this map really quickly, and I don't know that it's
Hmm.
going to be possible, if they could finish this map in the next maybe minute, which
Yeah.
I doubt is going to happen, you could almost requeue again and see what you could get out of another one. But if this
Hmm.
takes more than like two minutes to finish, you're pretty much done. There's no
Yeah.
point in requeuing, even with a grace period. By the time that you found a match and got back in, you wouldn't get anything at all. I think there's a Mirage
Hmm.
there throwing out those decoys. Unfortunately, not quite able to lock down on which person was real right there. Austin, instead, just going to pop the
Hmm.
shield cell. Oh, no, ooh, there, they've got somebody, and that
Oh.
will complete the squad right there. So a couple of really good kills added to the board as Austin and the crew desperately speed running this one out, trying to do as much damage as they can, as quickly as they can to put themselves back towards the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, and very well done. So they got to keep going. Like you said, 5-ish minutes left plus a grace period. So they're going to keep flying, keep looking. I don't know if they're going to be able to requeue. So they need to get first place in this match if they really want to take first in the tournament. That'll really help. But they don't want to die here because that would not be good.
Yes, death be not proud at the moment, and they'll take the balloon up. They're basically using this as a scout for targets, and you can see they're already looking down. Pops the ADS there, just so we can see a little bit cleaner. Will go sailing off.
Hmm.
Again, just wants to see somebody, right? Wants to dive down basically like a hawk and
Yeah.
go in for the kills. And every kill that pops on the kill feed too is points denied. I mean, that's another thing to say.
Hmm.
And something that will be at the forefront of their minds. They want to get these engagements. They want to get third parties whenever possible. And you can see that the kills are stacking up in the kill feed. They're not involved in any of that. So that's just points being taken away from them as we speak.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, every kill they don't get is points that is not going towards their score and could is not going towards their total score and could help them lose the game and the tournament. So, but they'll keep going. They'll try to get even more and going up this zip line or not or missing it. And actually, we'll switch back over to Lars here, loading back in. It looks like this will be their final game. We didn't see how their previous game finished, but it's gonna be a really tight finish between these top four teams, and maybe even if they have bad games, maybe even a fifth or sixth team pops up in there.
Yeah, we'll swap back around. 5 minutes left in the match here. Well, now 4 minutes left, and then an additional 5 minute sort of grace period to report the scores. Most teams will understandably try and play that grace period out to the bitter end, right? They don't want to
Mhm.
give up too early. And the drop coming in here, just hot dropping,
Yeah.
basically straight down towards the caustic area, wasting no time at all. They know that there's going to be a ton of people who drop
Mhm.
into this space. Like you just know that instinctively. So you're running on, banking on your superior gun skills, just being able to carry you through whatever you can get initially. And you just get those kills. And White Shields and an R99 already to start things off is a pretty good setup, I think, for the kind of immediacy of brutal violence that we're about to see. The rotate coming in here by Lars. Lars actually stops and grabs that Mastiff instead. We have seen the Mastiff favored by a couple of players today, especially for these
Mhm.
close range engagements. And this is going to be nothing but close range if they can find targets.
Oh.
There's one, comes right around the corner. The Mastiff chonking away there. Big damage. They will, I think, get one knock in the midst of all of that. They'll get another kill added up here as well. And there's some more elims being added to the total. The violence not quite over yet, though, Llama. There should be other squads here as well. And you can see Horizon is down.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is actually a really smart drop because if they all get wiped here, they have enough time to load into another game most likely.
Yep.
But they're just gonna fight this out. I think they might win this out. and Caustic Gas does block them out. The Horizon's still down. Not in the bottom gas stuff, so it looks like all the gold weapons have been taken. It looks like some of them might be on their team, but there is at least one more team. They get a res off. He drops the purple shield for Horizon. Is actually just going to go in, try and get a shield swap, and maybe that didn't work out too great. He gets a broken blue, but dropping a shield for his teammate, being a little bit non-selfish, and then he'll jump out with a white shield and give that purple over to Horizon.
Genuinely, like you were saying, it was a really smart drop, and genuinely, yeah, it actually is strategic. What they've just done here is pretty much strategically brilliant. In the concept of Killrace, it does illustrate the differences between Killrace and a regular game, right? Like, especially at this point in time when you're literally about to hit that 5-minute grace period, just doesn't matter if you're in a position where you're coming in top. And look at these kills; he's continuing to frag out here. The Mastiff comes in, big knocks right there. This Bloodhound didn't even know what to do. He's just trying to finish him off with the punches, and his teammates are swinging in as well and getting kills on the backside of this sheer unbridled aggression coming out on the hot drop. They're already down to about 10 squads left in this match, just playing so aggressively off of that initial drop into the caustic area, and they're going to keep going. They've got about 5 minutes to try and seal the deal here, and the way they're pacing this out, it's actually possible if they can continue to find squads to kill.
Yeah, and the interesting thing back on the shield thing, it was a really smart play just because they know that other team is outside, and dropping the purple shield gives the Horizon at least a little bit of protection in case someone tries to push. So it's a really smart play and really well done for them. But like you said, they could get this done. They got to go fast, and about 9 squads left, I believe. So, but they could do it. They could take first if they go fast enough in this game.
It also allows their Horizon to get the utility off there, which is bigly important, and really paid off dividends there as well. But they were continuing to try and get this tear out. You'll see the shield cell being popped right here. The slowest they've been playing this entire time. Unfortunately, they will lose Pathy here inside, but that's not going to stop him. He'll just pop right through the door. Lars, fearless in the face of death, comes through, spots the death totem down as well, continues firing with the Mastiff, can't quite secure the kills. It's really chalky on my screen. There's so much visual clutter. He's still going. He's still fighting. This is an epic gunfight right here, and the teammate trying to block there, trying to protect. He'll come all the way around the back door, just tries to knock the Revenant, doesn't get him. The Revenant wins out, and Horizon tries to come in and save the day. It won't happen, and there's the elim in overtime.
11 kills though. I mean, not a terrible ending. Not what we like to see, them going down at the end there. Not too much damage either, but a decent amount of kills that could put them up high enough. I mean, even though they didn't use these extra 4 minutes because they can't load into another game now, because the grace period has started. But we will see at the end here who takes it, and we're loading back into Austin, who gets actually. They could finish. It looks like 3 squads left. They're looking to finish this game out before the grace period ends.
They are looking to finish this game out before the grace period ends, and I mean they're in a position to do it. They have 4 minutes on the clock. We're gonna try and we're gonna keep this going here. I was worried that we were gonna have to cut our broadcast a little bit short to cover Overwatch, but we don't. Actually, that match will be tomorrow, but we'll do a little wrap up of things to expect here when we're at the end of the stream. But for now, let's just see what Void Nova can do here. And you'll see Potato as well on the screen. So unfortunately, Austin is completely out of this with 3 squads left. They will not be getting their octane back. And I mean, that's kind of, I think, maybe the price that you have to pay considering just how fast they were going. And on our previous screen, we saw, Lars in the squad. The price was the entire squad. Here, they've only traded out the octane. And I think that's a trade. I mean, you miss that mobility, Llama, but it's a trade you're willing to take.
Yeah, and you can't really do anything about it. And it looks like they're just going to end it here. They don't think they can find that other team in time. They want to make sure, because getting this game in, if you don't get this game in, you definitely don't win. So they want to just get it in guaranteed, and they'll drop their shields, kill themselves with some grenades, give themselves a 3rd place finish. And it looks like 10 kills at least. We'll have to see how many it is. And just dying to the ring flare here. We'll see how many this is nearing the end of this grace period, and it's 17. So that's not really too solid. Bad. And
that's a little bit of damage too.
Yeah. a little bit of damage to boost them up too. So I think it's going to be a really close finish. We'll have to see if they can pull it off.
Lars in the chat as well with the GGs. Appreciate that. Gas and Austin up there a bit. But I think as well with the end of that game, that should pretty much bring us to the end of the stream here today. It's been a great kill race, very entertaining as per usual. The Apex community coming in big and providing us with some well-deserved entertainment, which I appreciate indeed. And I think you appreciate it as well, Llama.
Oh yeah, it's amazing to see these players come out all the time. You know, even if they don't win 1 or 2 times, they come out, they give everything they got, and even if they have a bad tournament, you know, there will be another one. So you can come back and try again. But I honestly, Fission, I gotta just give a shout out to Fission Esports. Honestly, they were down, they were out like the first couple games, and they just brought it back. So even if they get like they were top 3, like it's insane. So big shout at them. Big shout out to all of the players that were playing. So it was just super amazing.
Yeah, and they've done a spectacular they've done a spectacular job today, all across the board, and credit as well, like you said, to Vision Esports for keeping back in and sticking with the fight. Obviously, the score won't be introduced right away. Takes a little bit of time to tabulate, make sure everything's correct, make sure all the reports are correct, and that'll be announced later on, I think, in the Discord. But you know, at the end of the day, what are you going to do, right? You came out, you played hard, you're going hard for the $150 prize pool, and well deserved, because they just are so good. It's great. It's good to see console players really chiming in and doing spectacular good work.
Yeah, it's amazing to see. And you know, we saw some interesting stuff. We saw some meta changes from the last time. We saw this ring flare kind of affect how these teams rotated through stuff. We saw a lot of Octane, which I mean we expected, but I mean, kind of like in my mind, I was thinking maybe, are they really going to run this Octane? Are they really going to sacrifice something else that they could have another legend? But a lot of the teams running Octane, and everyone doing really, really well, and just really great job by everybody.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to do it today for our Apex Kill Race. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Plenty more action here on the CGL. I know it's been mentioned a couple of times, but why don't you tell them one more time, Llama, about what we're doing here in Apex?
So we got awesome Apex stuff. If you join the Discord, there we have scrims almost every week, I believe now, right?
Yep.
So that's super amazing. You can earn some money. You get some great experience if you're trying to improve your Apex play. You get to meet awesome people. It's just an overall great experience. So you guys should check it out. If you want to check it out, all you have to do is join the CGL Discord. I believe there is a link down in the Twitch description for them. And more Stream Elements has been announcing it throughout. So I'd also like to give a huge thank you to our producer, Mr. Grimson, or Inspector Luke, whichever. Appreciate him for controlling these streams today. And sorry about the tech issues. You know, we always have them. They just happen sometimes. I had some personally. All of us did, I think. So is what it is.
You did a great job soldiering through the tech difficulties, so thank you very much. Action not done today for the CGL. If you're interested, over on CGL_2, you can watch our Battlefield play. Currently a relatively competitive match going on over there. And of course, if you tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, you will catch the exciting conclusion to our Overwatch multi-tier tournament season. It's a match between the PS4 T6 teams, and it promises to be an absolute slugfest. So tune back in for that tomorrow. But for today, I've been Korbeck, joined by Llama, joined by Grissom. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Yay.